One thing that's awful clear is Nick is not, is not stupid. His, responses to people can be formulated, planned out, written very nicely, while some other ones, like, I don't know, Veronica Wang, can just have rambling, unscripted videos, like most of my usual content, whereas this is kind of scripted. But, how I wrote the video is not up to you. But I'll use Veronica Wing again. So in her attack against Nikocado Avocado, she disguised it as an apology video, which is like the worst thing you can do, and it made it seem like she had learned nothing. So Nick tore the Veronica Wing apology video, as it's called, apart, but there were a few details that were concerning to say. So Nick advertises the video as a response to Veronica Wang and a rebuttal to all her claims. And while he does a good job of responding, but he ignores a crucial detail. And this is a pretty major thing. So, hey Veronica, someone contacted me and told me about the situation with Nick. She must have seen my old videos about him. Basically, he's tried to screw me over a few times, and one of those times include putting a copyright strike on one of my videos because he was pissed at me. Yeah, the hypocrisy is laughable. He has absolutely zero room to talk when it comes to the whole shukbang thing. The funniest part is that the video he tried to take down wasn't even about him. It had nothing to do with him. He has a long history of screwing people over. He's made hours a video full of lies about me, my wife, my friends, and my festival that he used to attend. His pattern is that he gets offended and does everything he can to destroy other people who offend him and or destroy things that they are dear to these people. He determined all or wait, he deleted all of these videos when he left veganism and standard with mukbangs. I imagine his old fans are remember the whole thing. He tried to get me to delete mine, and I said I would if he made a public apology to everyone he slandered. And he, of course, never replied. And so I can show you the email if you'd like. I promised myself I would distance myself from Nick years ago. He's he's a effing time and energy vampire. There's no winning an argument with someone who will spin a web of lies and manipulate the truth to viewers. I recommend just ignoring him because, in the end, he's only doing this for attention. But you're welcome to tell my story and get this hypocritical ass off your back. Good luck. Will Nick purposely avoid this? Now, tell me how suspicious this looks. I'm going to go play the clip from Nick's unedited video. Roll the clip.
So he has just done so much that he is claiming that he is completely guilty of all these things. He's consistent with his channel.
Excuse me, if we're going to speak about relative consistency, let's look at my past few years on YouTube. Have I ever made a video like the one I made to you? No. My consistency has been crying and eating. That's it.
This doesn't define my character. And it's very sad that someone who is like this feels like they need to portray who they are onto other people.
And during that portion, the email I just read to you aloud, was displayed on the screen. Now, does Nick address it? Does Nick even read it?
I did not talk about myself at all in any of my videos.
Yeah, but it's kind of hypocritical for you to say, oh, you shouldn't unfairly copy strike when you unfairly copy strike people.
How did I portray myself?
I'll take a quick.
God, oh my God. Nick, I know you're smart because you can create calculated videos. Stop playing dumb. It's the most frustrating thing ever. But also, Nick, seriously, you really need to get better at this or stop acting dumb. Let's move on from that. Nick was projecting. Veronica's argument is Nick is projecting, and Nick misinterprets that or blatantly avoids it to make him seem himself better. So the email I read from you is from a YouTuber called what's this crap? Whatever. It's from a different YouTuber who has a rough history with him, and one of his videos being called Nikocado Avocado's Past, Present, and Future: A New Perspective. So what do you think this is going to be about? Well, it's obviously negative because I'm bringing it up. But an interesting little fact about the relationship is, let me go read you this little letter from YouTube. Hi, Symbiotic Solutions. Due to a copyright takedown notice that we have received, we have taken down video from YouTube. Video title Woodstock Havana 2015 video URL. It's the video URL taken down by Carlos Plaus. This means that the video can no longer be played on YouTube and may not have access to some of the features of YouTube. So, you're probably asking, okay, why are you bringing this up? Who the hell is Carlos Plaus? Okay, now, the astute of you might say, Carlos Plaus, Nikocado Avocado, Carlos Plaus copy striking him, idiot bringing up in his Nikocado Avocado video. Oh. But I don't know this just from guessing. Nicholas Perry. Anyways, I'm not actually sure to tell you this. Maybe it's because you got to see my obvious fake account too. Well, yeah, it doesn't appear to be quite staged. So, Nicholas Perry or Nikocado Avocado admitted to using a fake account, right? But you're like, okay, whatever. Maybe he just uses it to like and subscribe to his own channel. But what are the chances that a video which the person admits was copy striked by Nikocado Avocado, which then Nico Avocado confirmed that he has a fake account, just so happens to get copy striked? What are the odds of that? Pretty slim, which is why I think it was Nikocado Avocado, but this happened a while ago. And it is completely hypocritical and should never be repeated. Still, what? But Nick's narrative wasn't that he should, Veronica Wang shouldn't be completely ruined, gone from the internet, Twitter style canceling. It was just that she should apologize. But you're probably saying, okay, so why are you including it in your sort of scripted video? Well, here's why. He completely glossed over it in his video. As in, just gone. Like, it never existed. Only when I started doing research into this, I only started finding out how awful of a person he is. But why did he dodge the question? Well, probably to keep his narrative of hey, give forgiveness, and come on, let's just move on. Let's not focus on who slept with who's dating who. And, well, if mistakes were implemented right, they can be effective. Example here. Now, while I may have made some bad content, seriously, you have to get good. Or actually, that's a bad example. Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, I may have actually, well, I may have used a bot, or while I may have copy striked people's videos, I learned it's not the correct way. I changed my ways, and so should you, Veronica. See, it's basically saying, "Hey, I did this. I changed. Hey, now look at me. I'm successful. I am good. I preach forgiveness." Whereas you're still doing this. I mean, I tried it. It doesn't work. Shoo. Now, the reason why nobody found this is because Veronica's response was a dumpster fire. I mean, it was about as bad as you can get. I mean, it was worse than Logan Paul, Japanese Forest. But it also seems very suspicious as he shows something from Veronica Wang, which of course I will read. So he pulls up an that's Instagram. I love people calling other people, or I love calling people out on their BS. Hypocrites of all hypocrites. This is a man-child who can't take talking bad about him, so he will block you. Lol, but didn't he call it out? So, I'm not gonna read the entire thing because it's a 5-page essay, but whatever. Um, so, why is this, well, bad? He's basically showing that Veronica Wang, hey, you're a hypocrite, while then glossing over why, or just completely dodging the thing that is, the email that's presented in her video, just completely glosses over and dodges the question. But he does kind of address it in his video. And to prove that he completely dodged the question, time to go play the clip. Roll clip.
Going to sit here and claim that I depicted you in a bad light, that I'm attacking and bullying and slandering you, when you're sitting here and entertaining all of these claims from people of the past.
He has just done so much that he is claiming that I am, that he is completely guilty of all these things.
Yeah. All of these claims from people of the past.
Who are crawling up from the floorboards and saying, oh, Nikocado did this to me in the past. Nikocado did this in the past. And you're going to say, oh, well, it must be true. Let me just stick it into my video, my apology. I have gotten many emails about you. I have had people reach out to me who have personally been affected and traumatized by what you've done to them. Should I let the world know what you've done in your past? Should I sit here and entertain all of these accusations from 5 years ago, 10 years ago? I didn't do that. You want to sit here and say that I bullied and slandered you? My videos were talking about the present. I backed up my statements with evidence. You making a video apologizing by bringing up all of these old conflicts, which you have no idea what they entailed, is what actual slander is. Because you can't verify if they're true. I'm not going to go into all of my past problems, just like I didn't go into all your past problems, but I will just say for the record, some of these people reaching out to you literally half a decade ago. 2013, 2014, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, literally over half a decade ago, when I was a raw food vegan, I was blasted. And all of these raw food groups, I mean, you clearly don't watch me. I have so many story times about how Orlin and I met in a cult. Okay? Cooking food denatures the food. Cooking food is poison. Dietary leukodinogenesis. A group of people who thought if you cook your food, you are setting bad examples to society. These people have had it out to get me ever since I stopped being vegan. Since I eat dead animals now, I am seen as I'm seen as having no compassion. I'm seen as unethical because I eat chicken. Some of these people are taking it to the extreme because I cooked my food. Not only can you not verify if those are true and accurate, not only can you not verify if these people are just holding grudges against me, but you're entertaining something you know nothing about. You have no idea who you're speaking to. You have no idea the type of intensity behind these people and their mission and their views. And I guarantee, had you not had this problem with me, they would also see you as a murderer because you eat meat. People are seeing this as an opportunity to make it about themselves and to make it about past situations from years ago that has nothing to do with anything. And you're entertaining that and sticking it in your apology.
Side note, Nick
Jesus. So as we can see, Nikocado Avocado glossed over it and just said, "Oh yes, but you brought up all these claims from over half a decade ago." Now, here's the thing. When things are current, right? When things are going on, like as they happen, and you haven't done anything with them, and then all of a sudden you get into some hot water, you can say, "Hey, this was from one of the people who, guess what? Was being attacked by Nikocado Avocado and sent me this message while they were being attacked. Here's what Nikocado Avocado did." It's kind of known as more credible than one that happened years later. See, if we were to go back to whenever this message was sent, it would be valid. If we were going to go bring up your past in question, like Veronica does, well, a email from that time period would be good, and saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna go bring up my past because I didn't bring up yours," is kind of like saying, "Oh, well, I'm not going to go really speak about something that you brought up because, because reasons. Yeah, that's why." Now, it wouldn't be that. Now, Veronica's response was a train wreck, as I said, and some of the things were easily variable, and one of the things she accused him of is literally verifiable with one of his videos that was posted in 2018 called Asian KFC Trivia Mukbang. So, in other words, I really hope please make this stop. I'm so tired of Nikocado Avocado. But in other words, she didn't confirm anything, and therefore they were easy to take down, but Nikocado used the same response, which is basically, no, you. But Nick then challenges her on legality and forgets to leave any screenshots. But Veronica's arguments were basically non-existent, so yeah.
help that one of her friends suggested that you.
But as the days will go by, one of her friends suggested that U.S. law didn't apply to them. But let's continue.
If you were so smart, you would know that we live in Canada.
Yeah.
Like, U.S. law doesn't apply to us, and it's different. And that's not excusing Veronica just because she's Canadian or whatever, because I know, like, Nico Kai, you're going to try and clock me for that. But at the same, like, it's just that, like, you're talking out of your ass.
And if you were so smart too,
So smart.
or took the time to Google rather than sitting here and enabling your friend, your pal, you would also know that when you work for a company overseas, you adhere to the laws of the country's origin. I mean, I've traveled internationally a lot. When in Rome, you act as the Romans. I'm not claiming to be a lawyer. Now, the only person who's claiming to have legal counsel from an attorney is Veronica.
Except Veronica didn't claim it.
Her legal advisor didn't tell her this. When and where has she shown through her actions that she has owned up to anything.
He's owning up to it. Yeah.
That the U.S. law doesn't apply to her because she's Canadian. There is no way that you would have removed the strike had I not brought light to it. That you would have removed your strike had PewDiePie not exposed you to 7 million people. There is no way, because you still said U.S. law doesn't apply to you.
Veronica's ostensible.
So, in other words, Nick took something Veronica's friend said and then blamed it on her. I mean, not very good, but also it's better than Veronica's response, which is kind of masking Nick. But another thing Nick does is when he asks for receipts in the video, he ignores them in his video to paint Veronica in a negative light. Yeah, but receipts. Oh, and by the way, I forsook being to apologize. By the way, here's some receipts of it. In Nick's video, you can't find it. Let's go take a look at Nick complaining.
One consistent narrative that Nick Hikato has always had is tearing people down to bring himself back up.
Instead of showing us receipts, to back up your statements, to add validity to your words. You did it real quick over here. Boom. Congrats getting into your college. That took, 2 seconds? Screenshot. Boom. Why don't you show us the receipts for the police report? The receipts for your death threats. Where are those receipts of the emails? Supposedly, as you quoted, every mukbanger emailed you privately behind closed doors to say they were in support of you. Let's see those receipts. The receipts of your lawyer. The receipts from SAS ASMR. The receipts of the fair use law, which you still believe you did not break. The receipts of your private messages with Shookbang, which I happen to have. Instead of doing any of this, showing us evidence, she decided to use this as an opportunity to assassinate my character.
And yet,
So Veronica, after this, uploaded another video about the drama, but it kind of just seemed like mindless ranting. But in that video, she made the mistake of putting Nick Hikato Avocado as one of the tags, which caused him to respond a month later. Now, by that, you say, okay, that's not important, but as we've seen, it's repeated destruction. And it's starting to seem like Nick Hikato Avocado wants drama. Now, obviously Nick has the right to respond to whatever he wants to. But, Nick, you can't really just respond to something that's so minor, it doesn't really affect anybody. But he can respond if he wants. I'm just going to criticize him for it. So if you really want to do a recap, Veronica makes some low-effort videos, which gets Nick Hikato Avocado to respond. That response then triggers a giant fight, which ends up in Nick winning. After Nick wins, Veronica makes some more low-effort videos, which get ripped to shreds by Nick. Because of this, he gains a few subs and new viewers. After that, he decides to try to continue his brand of, just being, eating and crying. But as he spilled more and more tea on more and more people, he had found his first boss, and this, if he lost it, it would completely ruin his career, but if he won it, he would be a very, very successful person. And that boss will be covered in the next video.